Chicos, buenas tardes. Vamos a comenzar nuestra clase número 26. Welcome to semestre número 2. Bienvenidos al semestre número 2, semester number 2. So remember that this course has a, doesn't have anything. It's a yearly course. We simply make a little break uh, in Christmas, and then we continue now in the second semester. You see, you, it's not a class number 1. You are seeing class number 26, just the continuation of what we stopped when semester 1 finished. So this is a very particular course. It's a yearly course. Anyhow, we studied Unit 6. Yes, we did. You watched the recordings. You had 2 weeks to watch these recordings because there were 3 classes. It was never 3 classes. It was always 2. That's why I gave you 2 weeks to watch the recordings. Classes number 23, 24, and 25. 23, 24, y 25. So these are the 3 classes that corresponds to Unit 6. And now, in this class number 26, and the next one on Thursday, 27, we are going to review all those stuff that you watch and you learn when you were working with the videos, right? So, ¿de qué trata la unidad 6? La unidad 6 es acerca de la comida. Comida. What do you think food means? Comida. ¿Qué es comida? What do you think comida means?
Food.
Food. Comida is food. So, ¿cuál es tu comida favorita? That's the title of Unit 6. What is your favorite food? So, basically everything that we're going to talk about in this Unit 6 is about food. So, what are we going to do in this Tuesday's class? What we always do. We're going to review vocabulary and grammar. In the next class on Thursday, we are going to practice all the oral expression corresponding to this Unit 6. We always do it like that. Tuesday, vocabulary and grammar. It's the most boring part for most of you. And Thursday, we practice the oral part for each one of the units. So let me tell you, you will not have time to blink, and you will be doing test number 3. Still you don't blink, and you will be doing test number 4, which is the last one. I'm telling you that this semester 2 time is going to fly in this semester 2. I'm telling you, and mark my words. Because this week we are finishing Unit 6, right? So next week, video classes, that's going to be Unit 7. The other week, Zoom to practice all this. And the other week, we have exam number 3 already. So this semester number 2, mark my words. I don't know in other courses, but in this Spanish course, time is going to fly. So what was the vocabulary that we studied in this Unit 6? Well, in this Unit 6, we studied, I present you in the, in the video classes, a set of verbs to talk about daily activities. It's not the first time that I present you sets of verbs to talk about different things. So we learn some verbs to talk about what you are going to do in the future, like I'm going to, and then certain verbs to talk about the future, about the plans, etc. We also like verbs to talk about what you like to do or what you prefer to do. Like, for example, me gusta, I like, and then we learn some verbs to talk about what you like. Also, yo prefiero, I prefer, and we learn a set of verbs to talk about what you prefer. Well, now, back to Unit 6, we are going to learn some verbs to talk about daily activities. After that, las comidas. Comida in singular, like one, comida, C-O-M-I-D-A, ending in A, not S, means food. But when I say comidas, we don't mean food. We mean meals. Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or sopa in other countries. Okay? So, comida in singular, food. Comidas in plural, meals. Okay? Los lugares, places. Probably this is the longest, the more tiresome part of this unit number 6 is a lot of things, preposition, a lot of words. Oh God. But we go to it. So, I mean, nothing that we cannot overcome together. Y pueden encontrar todas esas palabras en las páginas 138, 139. In those pages, you can find all these words that we are going to see just now. Well, after the vocabulary, we will see the grammar. The grammar is very easy for this unit. So let's get rid, between inverted commas, of the vocabulary. So, las actividades diarias, daily activities. Oh God, sorry. So here you have, well, actually, you also saw the next one. So it's two, like, two sets of verbs. It's actually one set, but it didn't fit in the screen. So I decided to divide it into slides. So these are verbs that you can use to talk about daily activities. Like, what do you do every day? You know, let me tell you, probably you know 60% or even 70% of all these verbs. For example, estudiar, estudiar, study. Caminar, walk. Beber, well, you do like this. We do like this. Beber, drink. So you know some of these verbs. This last 1, 2, 3, 4 on the right column is actually the same verb. Ir, ir, ir. Ir means to go. So ir a la oficina, go to the office. Ir a misa, go to mass. If you go to church. Ir al correo, that's a random place. So go to the post office, like go to GPO. Ir al trabajo is go to work. To work. Work. Talking too much with Trini people. Work. 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 So, well, that's it. And the next slide is more verbs to talk about daily activities. So you have to definitely learn all these verbs for your everyday conversation. What's this? This is gray hair. What is this spot? Oh my God, I'm getting old. I have to check later. So, all for the exam, right? Then, no. You know that I'm not a mirror person. These people who are looking at the mirror all the time. Oh God, it's gray hair. So that's it. So you have two slides. Work on that. Memorize all these verbs. So, las comidas, the meals. Okay. Well, I try to summarize most of the food that they present you in our book, Dos Mundos. So they have fancy image with pictures and so, but that's not really. I mean, it doesn't really work that well for PowerPoint presentation. So it's better just the words very clear, like a neat background and so on. So why I put some in azul, blue, some in rojo, red, and some in green, verde. Because those, okay, like anything in Spanish, food can be feminine or masculine. For example, café. El café. Masculino. Si digo pollo, pollo means pule, pollo means chicken, el pollo is masculine. Pero si digo, por ejemplo, sopa, soup, sopa is feminine. There's any special reason why the chicken is masculine and the soup is feminine? No. You know that the gender or the so-called grammatical sex doesn't make sense. So some people decided, some Latin people where the Roman Empire in 200 something before Christ, when they were speaking Latin and then Latin became Spanish and whatever, well, we inherited that because even in different languages, what is masculine in Spanish, some word that is masculine in Spanish can be feminine in German, in French, in Portuguese. If, for example, I think somebody correct me if I am make. Let me double check it before I tell you any nonsense. But I think that milk. 1 second. 1 second. Don't fall asleep. Don't desperate. Yeah. Milk in French is lait, but it's masculine. So milk, lait is masculine in French, but is here. Yeah. Look in the third column, the third word. La leche is feminine in Spanish. So why leche or let or milk is masculine in French, but is feminine in Spanish? And both languages, French and Spanish, are really related, like Portuguese, Italian, Romanian, because these are languages that come from Portuguese, languages that come from Latin language. So why in these so related languages, one is masculine in one language and feminine in the next language? So the white liquid that you drink or you don't drink or whatever. So the milk, why can be masculine in one language, one can be feminine in the next language? No explanation. So, well, there are historical explanations, but I mean that's nothing that concerns you. That's history of the language. So, point I'm trying to make: food, like any other nouns in Spanish, can be masculine or feminine because they are nouns. El bistec, stick, beef stick, café, coffee, cereal, cereal, helado. So there I will not translate all because in class number 24, the second of the 3 video classes that you watch, I tell you the meaning of all these words. Also, if you go to pages 138, 139, you can find the meaning of all these words. So these are words that you have to memorize, right? But I would like to do an activity right now. This is the activity that I would like us to do. ¿Qué te gusta comer en el desayuno? What do you like to eat? Comer means eat. ¿Qué te gusta comer? What do you like to eat en el desayuno? For breakfast. We say in the breakfast. You say for breakfast in English. So, what do you like to eat for breakfast? Well, how you answer that? En el desayuno, for breakfast, me gusta comer, I like to eat pan, bread, cereal, whatever. So, ¿qué te gusta comer para el almuerzo? What do you like to eat for lunch? Well, en el almuerzo for lunch, me gusta comer, I like to eat. And I would like you to complete the first 2 sentences only. I will give you 3 minutes. So you
The
can
first three, that?
the first and the second.
Okay.
So I will give you 2-3 minutes. You can use the words in, well, you don't have the slides, so you have to go to the book if you have it in PDF, or you will have to Google the word or whatever. So tell me at least 2 things that you will eat. This, eat that. Okay? So do that. I will give you 3 minutes. What's the time now? ¿Qué hora es? Son las 4:39. At about 4:45, 4:45, I will be back. Ok, chicos, vamos a ver. Who can read their sentences? ¿Qué te gusta comer para el desayuno? What do you like to eat for breakfast?
Senior you.
Vanessa, adelante, Vanessa.
Sorry, it's on far, like real far. You're that far from the mic or something.
Now, can you hear me better?
Purple. Sí.
Oh, okay. Good and proper.
El desayuno me gusta comer fruta. En el almuerzo me gusta comer hamburguesa.
Oh, muy bien. Well, healthy at least for the breakfast. So, en el desayuno me gusta comer fruit. En el almuerzo me gusta comer hamburguesa. Perfecto, Vanessa, muy bien. Otra persona. A next person. Come on, you had 4 or 5 minutes. Blair.
En el almuerzo me gusta comer curry.
Curry. En el almuerzo. We say in Spanish curry, and we pronounce it with that r. Curry. En el almuerzo me gusta comer curry, no? But it's okay. You said curry. You use the English pronunciation. Nothing wrong with that.
Okay, so I'll try to work on it.
No, love, it's okay. It's okay. So, en el almuerzo me gusta comer curry. Ah, otra persona, ¿qué te gusta comer en el desayuno o qué te gusta comer en el almuerzo? Let me hear you. Nobody else? Mm.
So we're gonna answer both, right?
Adelante, Jared, por supuesto, of course.
Sir?
Sí. Sí, Jared.
Alright, so en el desayuno me gusta comer galetas y tomar café. And for the second one, en el almuerzo me gusta comer sandwiches de pollo.
Muy bien. En el desayuno me gusta comer galletas y biscuits o cookies y beber what? Café. Yo said café, Jared.
Sí,
Oh, y beber café, me too. Yo adoro el café. I love coffee. So, comer galletas y beber café. Muy bien. Y en el almuerzo me gusta comer hamburguesa de pollo. You said? Chicken burger? You said that, boy? Jared? Hamburguesa de pollo.
sí.
Oh, perfecto. Hamburguesa de pollo. So, en el almuerzo me gusta comer hamburguesa de pollo. So, anybody else? Before we move to the next, I don't know what I gave you 5 minutes. Yeah, just for you to, I mean, during your tea, go to the toilet because it was not to do the activity, but you take the 5 minutes for. But anyhow, this semester, I have so many problems in my life, so many headaches, so many things on my plate that I'm light. I don't care about anything. So nothing will really bother me. Still love you. So yeah, that's it. I forgot how to use Zoom. Oh my God. How I delete this thing now? Oh, yeah. So, well, los lugares. Let's talk about the places, and that is going to be the last part of the vocabulary. But the place is that let's talk about the places: school, the church, the airport, the city, and on. I mean, when we say the places in this course, we are talking about preposiciones de lugar, prepositions of place, like below, above, under, on, in, and so on, in front of, opposite, whatever. So, preposiciones de lugar, los lugares de la ciudad, places in the city, y el lugar de origen de una persona. That's the easiest. The place of origin of some people, where people are from. Actually, you know that already. So, the item C is just a brush up. Let's start with the preposiciones de lugar, prepositions of place. Let me go back to the previous slide. Remember that we're going to divide los lugares, places, in 3 parts. A, prepositions of place. B, places in the city. And C, origin of people, where people are from. I don't know how to pronounce origin. So whatever, you know what I mean. Origen in Spanish. So, preposiciones de lugar. These are basically all the prepositions of place that you should know to have a very, a decent communication in Spanish. So those on the left, I decided to call them, that was me, no book. It has this division. It was something that I did based on my experience teaching Spanish for 1 million years. So let's focus on those on the right, and then we go to those on the left. So in the next slide, we will see those in red that I decided to call difficult preposition of place. So let's focus on this on the right that are not the difficult ones. So the first one, remember we are in the second column, right? The right column. So four words. A la izquierda de. This means, these 4 words simply means on the left. So, a la izquierda de. 4 words. A la izquierda de. Well, that actually means to the left of. To the left of. That's what we say in Spanish. So we use the 4 words. Izquierda means left. Now, how will you say on the right? Well, you have to use 4 words too, but instead of izquierda, you will use derecha. Derecha means right. So, a la derecha de. A la izquierda de. A la derecha de. So, for example, I'm in the classroom. Vanessa is standing here. Jared is standing here. I would say, who is standing here? Vanessa, right? See. Vanessa está a la izquierda de Juan. Vanessa está a la izquierda de Juan. Now, Jared está a la derecha de Juan. Vanessa is on Juan's left. Jared is on Juan's right. Right? A la izquierda de, a la derecha de. Probably this is one of the easiest words in Spanish. Entre. Between. Funny thing, you have between and you have among. So like when it's between, if I don't know. So there are 2 persons and there is somebody else between those 2 persons, you say between. But if there is a group of persons, like 5, 6 persons, and somebody is like in the middle, you say among. So you use 2 different words. In Spanish, for both, we use the word entre. So entre can be between or entre can be among. So entre, between. Entre, between. Al lado de, next to. Next to. There's a church next to my house. Well, actually opposite, but hay una iglesia al lado de, is 3 words, al lado de mi casa. So, al lado de means next to. The next one, alrededor de, around. I am in the sea. What's around me? Just water. Well, hay agua, there's water, hay agua alrededor de mí. Hay agua alrededor de mí. Now, dentro de y fuera de. I have to be careful when I do this because I have to remember that I'm teaching Guyanese. So, dentro de, fuera de, fuera de. So, dentro de, inside, fuera de, outside. So I have a box, and that's where my little cat sleeps. So I can say, el gato, the cat, el gato está dentro de la caja. The cat is inside the box. But if the cat is outside, el gato está fuera de la caja. So, dentro de, inside, fuera de, outside. So I think those are easy. If you have any question about any of those, tell me quick before I move to the hard ones. Not that hard. I just call them hard because are harder than this one, but it doesn't mean that they are hard. Okay. So in the next slide, you will see all these difficult prepositions of place with fancy pictures and so on. Difficult, I put it between inverted commas because it's not really difficult. It's just, so, arriba de, abajo de. You see that the bird is flying, hola Mahadek. Yeah, see, arriba de. You see that the bird is above, over the tree. It is not really touching the tree. So that's exactly that is exactly what arriba de means, above. But see that the cat is not, the cat is below the tree. The cat is not really touching the tree. So the cat is abajo de. So, and this abajo de is a little bit probably difficult to understand because abajo de it can be easily confused abajo with onda, but it's not exactly the same. Abajo de is when you are below something, you are not touching the something, and the something is not covering you, like the cat in that case. El gato está debajo de el árbol. The cat is below the tree, and the bird is above the tree. So the bird is flying, not touching the tree, and is above the tree. The cat is below the tree, not really touching the tree. But now, encima de and debajo de. You see the apples? The red apples are encima de la mesa. So the apples are touching the table. In that case, I don't use arriba de. I use encima de. Encima de means on top of, on something, resting on something. But debajo de, it means under or underneath, because it's not, the apples are not actually touching the table, but are covered by the table. So they are under the table, not below the table. And that is the difference. Arriba de, above. Abajo de, below. Encima de, on top of. Debajo de, under or underneath. And these two last prepositions, en or sobre, simply means on. Both means on. So, el búcaro, the glass, está en la mesa o sobre la mesa. So, and I call this difficult because, I don't know, to me are difficult. I don't know. If they are not difficult for you, well, then congratulations. So any question about this before I move to the last ones? So only 3 more. So, delante de, detrás de y enfrente de. Well, delante de. E is in front of B, right? E is in front of B. So, delante de means in front of. Delante de means in front of. A está delante de B. Now, B is behind A, right? So, B está detrás de A. Detrás de means behind. So, delante de, in front of. Detrás de, behind. This class is very easy when you are in an actual physical classroom and then you ask 2, 3 students to stand in front of the class and you put one in front of the other, one behind, one, say one between the other, one next to the other. So, and you, but here, I mean, it's just little me in the screen and the PowerPoint, but anyhow. So, enfrente de. E is opposite C and C is opposite E. So, opposite in Spanish is enfrente de. Enfrente de. Enfrente de means opposite. So, delante de, in front of. Detrás de, in front of. In front of. Behind, detrás de. Detrás de. And opposite is enfrente de. And if you go back to this first slides where I present all the prepositions, where you can see the prepositions here, those that I call difficult prepositions of place. The first two, arriba de, debajo de, above, below, encima de, debajo de, on top of, underneath, en or sobre, on, detrás de, behind, delante de, in front of, enfrente de, opposite. So these are the prepositions of place that we have to learn and we have to practice. And well, that will make life for you very easy when you are speaking Spanish, if you want to describe where you are. Any questions about the preposition, guys, of place? Well, places in the city. This is just a list of words, guys, in class. Un segundo. Muy bien. In class number 25, I explained the meaning of all these words. So, lugares en la ciudad. We have the movie theater, el cine o cinema, el colegio, school, el correo, post office, el estacionamiento, parking lot, el hospital, hospital, and so on. So, these are different places in the city that you should memorize. So, remember the vocabulary. You have to practice the vocabulary and learn this vocabulary for your daily communication in Spanish and of course for the exam. So, lugares en la ciudad. This is just, you have to memorize this list of verbs. Of words, not verbs. These are actually nouns. So, well, that was basically, oh no, el lugar de una persona, where a person is from. This is just a brush up because we already knew most of these words. So where a person can be from. Here you have all the Spanish-speaking countries. Costa Rica, a person who is from Costa Rica is costarricense. A person from Cuba is cubano or cubana. A person from El Salvador, which means de Ceiba, is salvadoreño or salvadoreña. A person from Guatemala is guatemalteco or guatemalteca. A person from Honduras is hondureño, hondureña. Somebody from Mexico is mexicano, mexicana. From Nicaragua, nicaragüense. From Panamá, panameño o panameña. Puerto Rico, puertorriqueño o puertorriqueña. Benito Antonio Martínez Ocasio, Bad Bunny, es puertorriqueño. República Dominicana, Dominicano. And don't confuse, don't mix República Dominicana and Dominica. Dominica is one of the islands in the Caribbean, an English-speaking country. And a person from Dominica is called Dominicano also. So that's a little bit confusing in Spanish. But we're talking here about República Dominicana. A person from República Dominicana is Dominicano. We have Sudamerica. Somebody from Argentina is Argentino. Somebody from Bolivia, Boliviano. From Brazil, see how spell Brazil? With S, not with Z. B-R-A-S-I-L. So brasileño. From Chile, chileno. From Colombia, colombiano. From Ecuador, ecuatoriano. From Paraguay, paraguayo. From Peru, peruano. They say that the best food in the Spanish-speaking world is the comida peruana, Peruvian food. By the way, somebody asked me today, I was in town, if I was Peruvian. So I was like, do I look Peruvian? I don't know. Anyways, so Uruguay, uruguayo. Y Venezuela, venezolano. Venezuela, venezolano. There are two countries in Europe. If you realize, I'm including also our brother Portuguese-speaking countries, right? Brazil and Portugal. España, español. Portugal, portugués. Portugués. They say Portugués, Portugués. Also Portugués. So that's it. Well, that was all the vocabulary, guys, that we learned in Unit 4, that we have to practice in Unit 4. It's 5 or 7, 1 hour exactly. That's good. So now let's review the grammar that we studied in this same unit. Why I'm saying Unit 4? Unit 6, Unit 6. So that was the vocabulary that we studied in Unit 6. So let's see now the grammar that we studied in Unit 6. It was not difficult, but was a little bit boring because it was verbs, verbs, verbs. But if you realize it, I mean, we study a lot of verbs in this course because verbs are the main words that allow you express actions, and action is one of the most important things in life. So we are going to make a quick brush up of the present of regular verbs. Remember the o, as, a, amos, an, o, es, e, hemos, en, o, es, e, imos, en. So let's review that just now. So 3 irregular verbs is not the first irregular verbs that we studied. We studied also querer and preferir, want and prefer. Now we have 3 more. And in next units, we will study irregular verbs like systematically. So, but now we are studying like random irregular verbs. Today, let's study hacer, which means to do or to make. Salir, which means go out. And jugar, that means to play. And finally, more verbs. Ir a, go to. Ser de, to be from. Y estar en, to be standing somewhere. So let's see all these verbs. So the simple present of regular verbs. I think you should remember that if you want to conjugate a verb in simple present in Spanish, you simply drop the ending either AR, ER, or IR, and you add the corresponding endings. Which are the corresponding endings for the AR verbs? O, as, a, amos, an, just like you are seeing on the screen. So if we are going to conjugate the verb arrive, which is llegar in Spanish, like I arrive, you arrive, he, she arrives, we arrive, you all arrive, they arrive. So what I do? I drop the ending AR and the stem is LLEG. Jeg. So I copy it 6 times, jeg, 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 and I add the corresponding endings. for the AR verbs, which are those endings, o, as, a, amos, an. So, llego, I arrive. Llegas, you arrive. Llega, he or she arrives. Llegamos, we arrive. Llegan, you all arrive. And llegan is also they arrive. So this is how I conjugate an AR verb in simple present. Something that you knew, like you knew also how to conjugate ER verbs. Same procedure, guys, same steps. You drop the ending. In this case, it's not AR, it's ER. And what's left? The stem, com, C-O-M. After you drop the ER in comer, what's left is com, C-O-M. So com, 6 times. And you add the corresponding endings for the ER verbs. Which are the corresponding endings for the ER verbs? O, S, E, hemos, N. So, como means I eat. Como pollo frito. I eat fried chicken. Comes, you eat. Comes cereal. You eat cereal. Come, the third one. Jared come hamburguesa de pollo. Jared eats chicken burger. Comemos, we eat. Comemos ensalada. We eat salad. At least we should. Comen, you all eat. So, ustedes, you all, ustedes comen pan, bread, and comen, they, mis padres, my parents, mis padres comen arroz, rice. See? Now, how we conjugate ER verbs? Same thing. Drop the ending AR, ER, or IR, like in this case. So we have an example, escribir, to write. When I drop the IR, the left part is escribe, up to the B. That's the so-called stem. So I write this 6 times, escribe. And I add the corresponding endings for the IR verbs that I have to know, which are the endings for the IR verbs, OSE, imos, NN. Almost the same, let me go back please, almost the same than the endings for the ER verbs. The only difference is that for the ER verbs, the ending for we, nosotros, is EMOS, right? However, for the IR verbs, that the ending for the same we is not EMOS, is IMOS, but the other endings are the same. So, which are the endings for the IR verbs? OSE, imos, NN. Add it to the root or to the stem. Escribo, I write. Escribo un libro, I write a book. Escribes, escribes un poema, you write a poem. Escribe, mi novia escribe una carta. My girlfriend writes a letter. Escribimos, we write. Escriben, you write. Escriben, they write. So well, that was just a brush up about, for you to remember the conjugation of the verbs in Spanish in simple present, something that you should know by now. So let's focus now on these 3 irregular verbs. These are irregular verbs because they have small changes. I mean, they don't really follow the same pattern that I just remind you. For example, the verb hacer. Hacer means to do or to make. Kicha, send me a message, please, a WhatsApp message, and tell me the same thing, right, love? No problem. So, hacer doesn't really follow the same pattern. It does follow the pattern for to for you, he, she, we, you all, and they, but not for yo. For yo, there's a weird change in the conjugative verb. So I make or I do is hago. You say that G came from where? So you just have to learn it like that. So I make or I do is hago. Like I do my homework, hago la tarea. Hago la tarea. So you have to learn the conjugation of this verb. It's very simple because it follows the pattern of the ER verbs, except for yo, for I. I mean, there's a funny change in that case, which is in yellow. Those guys who have to, my Muslim students who have to leave, I mean, the class for a moment for praying and so, please send me a WhatsApp message telling me so. Sir, I have to leave the class because I had to pray, right? Because some of you are sending me more than 5, send me already the same message, and well, I want to tell everybody. So, same thing happened with salir. Salir means to go out or to leave a place. Like you are here and you leave the place. You go on your way, you leave. So, when I conjugate the verb salir, salir is kinda regular. But there's one funny change in the conjugation of that verb for yo. There is a G that you don't know where it comes from, but it's there. It's marked in yellow in the screen. So I go out is salgo. So the other persons follow the same pattern for the IR verbs. So salgo is go out. Salgo todas las noches. I go out every night. Not at all. So salgo. O salgo de mi casa a las 8. I leave my house at 8. Salgo de mi trabajo a las 4. I leave my work at 4. And then, guys, you should remember the conjugation of the verb hacer, the verb salir, and the verb jugar. This verb jugar is very irregular. See that basically all the conjugations are marked in yellow because the stem for jugar is J-U-G. But when you conjugate it, you see that out of nowhere you see an E. So J-U-E, that E after the U come from where? It's just an irregular verb. So juego means I play. Juegas, you play. Juega, he or she plays. Juego béisbol, because I'm Cuban and that's my national sport. Béisbol. Juego béisbol. Juegas fútbol. Juegas fútbol. Porque eres brasileño y juegas fútbol. You are Brazilian and you play football. Oh, él, he, juega cricket. Juega cricket because es guyanés. Juega cricket porque es trinitense. Trinidadian. So, juego, I play. Juegas, you play. Juega, he or she plays. Jugamos, we all play. Juegan, you guys play. Juegan, they play. So you should learn how to conjugate for all the grammatical persons, I, you, he, she, we, you, all, they, the verbs hacer, salir, and jugar. Any question about that before I move to the last topic in the class, guys? Probably today we're going to finish like 30 minutes before. And I'm glad because I have 30 minutes to rest my throat and start the next class. So no questions so far?
No, somewhere.
Bueno. Okay. If you want to say that you go somewhere, that you are moving, you use the verb ir, which you conjugate like this. So, oh, and you cannot forget the preposition a. So, voy a, I'm going to. Voy a Trinidad, I'm going to Trinidad. Voy a Cuba, I'm going to Cuba. Voy a Londres, I'm going to London. Voy a Nueva York, I'm going to New York. So, vas a, you going to. Vas a Nueva York, you are going to New York. Vas a Jamaica, Jamaica, you are going to Jamaica. Va a. Mi hermano, my brother, mi hermano va a Brazil. My brother is going to, or goes to Brazil. Mi madre va a Cuba. My mother goes to Cuba. So we all go to Cuba. Yeah, that would be awesome though. So vamos a Cuba. We all are going to Cuba. Vamos a Cuba. Van a is you all are going to. So van a Barbados. You all are going to Barbados. No, I don't go. It's you all. Van a Barbados. And if they are going somewhere, let's say mis estudiantes, my students, mis estudiantes van a España, Spain. Mis estudiantes van a España. So this is how I conjugate the verb ir, which means to go, but we don't use ir, we conjugate it. So voy a, I'm going to. Vas a, you are going to. Va a, he or she is going to. And guys, see that if you have to complete, or you have to type, or you have to select whatever, and you miss the a, and you have to say, somebody is going to somewhere, and you don't type, or you do not select the a, that question will be marked wrong. Because you cannot say, voy Cuba. Actually, voy Cuba means, hey, Cuba, wait on me. If you say, vamos Cuba, that means, go Cuba. So see how it changed the meaning? You have to use the a. Voy a, vas a, va a, vamos a, van a, van a. Am I clear?
Sí, señor.
Okay, muy bien. Or you are too smart today, or I don't know. Okay, good. Or I am the best teacher ever today. I don't know what's going on today. So, how to tell that somebody is from somewhere? Just like that. Use the verb ser. So, and again, there's an additional word, which is a preposition. In this case, is de, that you cannot forget. So, soy de, I am from. Soy de Cuba. So you cannot say soy Cuba because soy Cuba means I am Cuba. I am not Cuba. I am Juan. I am not Cuba. So you are not Guyana. You are whoever. So you are de Guyana. So don't forget de. Eres de Guyana. You are from Guyana. So soy de Cuba. ¿Qué pasó? Eres de Guyana. Now, Donald Trump es de los Estados Unidos. That is how we say United States of America in Spanish. Los Estados Unidos. So, Donald Trump es de los Estados Unidos. And see that I'm using soy, eres, es, but always with de. Soy de, eres de, es de. Now, we are from, well, we are not from the same place, but I mean, let's assume that we all are from Georgetown, whatever. And I want to say we are from Georgetown. Somos de Georgetown. Kyle, send me a WhatsApp message and tell me that same thing, okay? So, somos de Georgetown. Son de. Ustedes, you all, son de Guyana. You all are from Guyana. Mis padres, my parents, son de Cuba. If you want to tell where somebody is from or where you are from, you use the verb ser. Soy de, eres de, es de, somos de, son de, son de. Ujú. Y finalmente, the verb estar en. To be in, or to be on, or to be at. That in, on, or at in Spanish, I mean, we use only one preposition for that in. That's the reason why I have, my hard times when I have to use in, on, at in Spanish, because we only have en. So I don't understand in because it's inside, on because it's on top of, at because it's covered. I don't understand that. So to me, it's the same. But anyhow, and the reason is why I have so many hard times using in or at, because we only have one preposition for the three in Spanish. En. Which, oh God, so easy, so nice. Estoy en. I am in. I am on, or I am at. For example, I am in Guyana. Estoy en Guyana. I am on Middle Road. Estoy en Middle Road. I am at work. Estoy en el trabajo. So, estoy en means I am in, I am on, or I am at if you are going to talk about location. So, estás en, say and then. Estás en Nueva York. You are in New York. He is at work. Está en el trabajo. And so on. Estamos, we all are. Están, you guys are. Están, they are. So, estar en means to be somewhere. Don't forget the en. So, you cannot forget the a or the letter e in Spanish. In English, we say a in Spanish when we are going to say that you are going somewhere. Voy a, vas a, etc. You cannot forget the de when you are going to tell me where somebody is from. So, soy de, I am from. Eres de, you are from, and so on. And you cannot forget the en, when you are gonna tell me where somebody is located. Like, estoy en, I am in, or I am at, or I am on. Estás en. You are in. You are on. You are at. So don't forget the corresponding prepositions. A, de, and en when you are using these three verbs. Ir a, to go to, ser de, to be from, and estar en, to be in, or to be on, or to be at. And chicos, that's the end of this class. Please, if you have any question, remember that today we saw some verbs to talk about daily activities. We also saw words to talk about food. And we also studied places like prepositions of place, places in the city. And we also studied verbs. We revised the simple present of verbs in Spanish. We saw 3 important irregular verbs. And finally, we saw 3 idioms. Ser de, ir a, and oh my God, I'm getting old, sorry. Ir a, ser de, and estar en. So that was today's class. If you have any question about any of those stuff,